Nissan introduced the Pathfinder back in 1986, and when it came out, it was a truck-inspired utilitarian SUV. There weren't very many creature comforts, nor was there a fierce design. In fact, it was for hardcore adventurers. And over the years, the Pathfinder has fattened up, and of course, gas prices have inflated, making its stake in the market very unbalanced. But Nissan decided to do something different for 2013. They've reintroduced the Pathfinder as a crossover, and of course, it might regain some popularity with the help of weight reduction, a brand new CVT powertrain, as well as an upscale design. Alright, here's the breakdown on the all-new 2013 Nissan Pathfinder. Nissan's decided to get rid of the V8 engine that they had underneath the beast before, and they've gone with a 3.5-liter V6 engine, which makes 260 horsepower and 240 pound-feet of torque. It's exactly the same engine that you would find in Infinity's JX35. It's also coupled with a CVT powertrain. Also, the new Pathfinder is available with selectable all-wheel drive, and it's able to tow about 5,000 pounds, even though the average consumer tows about 3,500 pounds. The new Pathfinder also gets better fuel economy than the previous model with increased range of 16%, affording numbers like 20 miles per gallon in the city, 26 on the highway for combined 22 miles per gallon. Better off than the Pilot as well as the Toyota Highlander. And of course, you want to know about price. The base S front-wheel drive edition starts at $28,270, and the Pathfinder can max out to about $47,770 for the all-wheel drive Platinum edition. Taking a look at the exterior of the brand new Pathfinder, you can see that it looks good. They've decided to get rid of that boxy look. They've made it leaner, lower, and wider. It looks more upscale, and it's got more presence. In fact, it's 8 inches longer. And even though it no longer looks like a Pathfinder, it still very much is an essence. It looks great on the outside. It feels good when driving it. Don't be fooled. It's not a JX35 by any stretch, and it's not a glorified minivan. From inside and out, this is designed like an SUV. When it comes to the inside of the Pathfinder, Nissan vowed to make it roomy and very comfortable. Every row was important. And from the front to the back, that is what you get. The materials feel premium. 60% of the trims are leather. Today we drove the SL version, which is luxurious, and we also drove the Platinum version, which is even more luxurious, and they both feel really good with an interior that has a combination of wood trims as well as aluminum and metal finishings. It really feels refined and upscale. Also, when it comes to the brand new Pathfinder, there's a lot of customization, from technology in the center console, which is really well designed and really easy to work with, to features such as the Tri-Zone entertainment section in the rear, where you've got DVD players, separate monitors within the rear passenger cabin. Just a reminder, the Pathfinder is no longer a 2-row 5-seater, it's a 3-row 7-seater. Now, getting into the third row, especially when you've got a safety seat in the second row for a child, might be a little cumbersome in most vehicles, but Nissan has worked really hard to create the latch and glide system, which allows you to move the chair forward, as well as the safety chair, and not have an issue with getting into the third row or removing the safety chair from the second row. And the third row actually reclines. One of the brand new features I like in the Pathfinder, which is available already in a lot of the Affinity models, is the around view camera. Now, it's not standard, it's an option, but it's a great thing to have. What you have is not just one camera, it's 4 different cameras. And each camera allows you to see various sides of the vehicle, ensuring that there's a sense of safety when you're pulling up or driving away. Those cameras are placed, one in the front grille, 2 in the side mirrors, and 1 in the rear fascia. Great feature, love it, and it makes driving and parking so much easier. Getting into the new Pathfinder is a pleasant surprise for so many different reasons. First and foremost, it's been redesigned and it feels great. The interior is really a comfortable vehicle. It's no longer that sort of rugged and rigid vehicle it was a few generations ago. And even in the last generation, it's softened up a bit, but in a great way. First and foremost, when it comes to the driving aspect of it, because it's using a new unibody versus the body-on-frame that it had in the last generation, it's a lot stiffer. It's improved on the highway. In fact, when you reach higher speeds, there's more stability. Also, a new improvement is that this vehicle has lost about 500 pounds in weight. So it's a lot faster, a lot smoother, and it drives extremely well. And with the aid of the CVT and the 3.5 liter V6 engine, you can get a good sense of power behind this vehicle, but it's not underpowered. It's just right. Even when it comes to steering and handling, there's a sense of solidity behind it, and there's a certain level of comfort. Also, this vehicle performs well off the road with selectable all-wheel drive functions. First and foremost, you've got a front-wheel drive selection, which you can do for day-to-day, but then you've got an automatic selection, which lets you go back and forth between front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. And finally, you've got an all-wheel drive lock. So at no point in time do you have to be concerned about any kind of resistance or challenge when going uphill or downhill on rough terrain. Going up against vehicles like the Chevy Traverse or the Ford Explorer, the brand new Pathfinder is a refreshing take on a vehicle that was losing its cachet. And truthfully, with the engine upgrades, the style changes, the off-roading capabilities, and not to mention the better fuel economy, this is probably the best version of the Pathfinder ever. Now, some people might dislike the changes, but you can't deny that this is the progressive evolution of a classic SUV. For more of this review and others like it, visit autoguide.com.